Welcome back everybody, and we're picking up from the ancient spire that we were at previously. This is because, after having a bit of a poke around, the best early game metal farm is going to be at the ancient vault where the Alchemist is. That's where we're going to head. We might as well go with how do we get the Alchemist today. And from the top of this tower, it's actually pretty simple for us to come on over to the west hand side where we can jump off and begin gliding over. If you feel like you don't have enough stamina, because maybe you haven't rested or maybe you haven't drank your water yet, like me, you can take a quick stop off right here and then fly the rest of the way over. We are kind of aiming for this village. This actually looks like a pretty cool place to start a base. It has some rebuilt farming areas that you can see below, and yes, they do grow crops and I'm pretty sure we can use them. Haven't tested it yet, so I don't want to guarantee anything. Here we are coming down. It's pretty uninhabited, as you can see. Some wolves running around, so just be careful as you're going along. There are a couple of like hidden goodies around here, such as in the crypt over there. You can go underneath and pick yourself up some loot. There are skeletons and bad guys down there too, but I'm not interested in that for the scope of this video. You guys absolutely should go ahead and explore Woodguard though. And what we're looking for is this path right here, and just to make sure everybody can see where it is, and we're just going to follow this along. This should pretty much lead us to where we want to go. We could have aimed to try and land on this ridge just here, but for that we'd need a higher level glider just so that we don't lose as much altitude, and we don't have access to that right now. So I figure this will be a more reliable method for anybody following the series. The road will obviously take a sharp turn to get us up onto the ridge up here. And once we've taken this, we should see that we now have the vault in question. This is going to be a good time and good place to put one of our bases. And in fact, at the end of this, we will probably level up the base. That's going to give us one extra, meaning we'll be able to come back here whenever we want and still explore with the same method that we've already been using. So grab yourself some stone, craft the flame altar, and then we can place it down wherever we want. Again, if this is somewhere that you might decide to stay, like for example if you wanted to be down in the settlement, you could do that. It's local enough, but for the purposes of my videos, we're just going to place it right here. And now we can go ahead and enter into the camp. This isn't much different to the other camps we've already been to, but it is a little bigger, and there are a lot of containers we can break to get iron from, or metal as it decides it's going to be called in this game. Don't have to get hit by the explosives, they do hurt. With a little bit of evasion, it really should not be an issue. So as we're going through, make sure that anything that looks like a battlement with metal on it, you give it a break, as these will also have a chance of dropping additional metal if you don't want to have to come back through later. Avoid going in the mud. This will slow you down. It's kind of a cool little trick that they have going off here. And then we can just basically find our way through the camp. I'm going to explore as we go on over, just to make sure that I don't miss anything major. Okay then, so once you're happy that you've cleared out the outer perimeter of the camp, there is a chest over in one of the tents over there. It drops me a wand, but it's not really very effectual for me right now, so I didn't think it was worth keeping in the video. We can head on up the stairs where camp is going to continue to grow on us. Thought I was going to get hit there. On this next bit, do we need to be slightly careful of this guy up on the platform? Can catch you out if you're not careful. If you are struggling with some of them, be sure to use the barrels that are around. They're pretty effective. And with that part of the base cleared out, we now move on to the next piece, into the dungeon, as it were. If we turn left as we come in, I think it's this bit. Yeah, we will have a little door here that's not exactly well hidden, but also not completely obvious. And as we come through this way, we're going to have a group of enemies to take care of. Let's try and be quick about this. There we go. At least wanted one down before they all came over. Backstab, baby! You get your friend over there. I really love how the combat can transition, right? We can lock on and then fire without aiming, but then not be locked on fire. It's so good. Make sure you break boxes. They can give us the loot that we want. And at this point, we have a choice. There's upstairs and downstairs. We're going to go downstairs first. There is an optional piece of loot, and couldn't live myself if I didn't show you. Go ahead, grab some fire bombs, but more importantly, we're going to go for the chest. This is, of course, a trap. We can see where the spikes are going to come out of the floor. Trap activates as we get the chest, so we need to wait for the spikes to come up, and then we're just going to chase the spikes down. Nice, easy, simple trap there, but a little bit of fun nevertheless. That's going to mean we can now head up the stairs. 2 flights. We can go up either side. Doesn't really make much difference. Just follow the hallway, all going to lead us to the same place. And then we can head on inside where we're going to have another couple of bad guys. Stamina is looking rather poor right now. I'm going to have to upgrade that. Being betrayed by that door there. I'll take the victory though. Check upstairs. I can't remember what's up here. Makes me nervous when I can't remember something. Nothing we need to worry about. I'm sure there's probably some secrets here that I've missed, but we're looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and rescue our next NPC. Been pretty direct with this so far, haven't we? That puts us on 2 now. We can either fast travel out or use an exit and reload method. Good thing is now that I've got that there, I can come back here and get the metal scraps anytime that I need to. Let's go ahead and get back to camp. We've got a couple of things that we need to get done here. First, let's go ahead and upgrade our camp here because I do want to keep access to the metal that we now have. So that means I just need to pick up some resin, a spark, and some shroud liquid. All of these things should have been dropping as you're progressing, so it shouldn't be too difficult. So let's get that done. That now means, as you can see, when you activate the base, we have additional shroud passage, we have extra attribute points, which is interesting, and we can have more altar activation capacity, which I believe means we get more bases to build, remember rightly. In addition, we have one last thing that we need to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to place our new NPC inside of our little house. It's obviously getting a bit crowded in there, so we will look at fixing things up later on. For now, I just want to get them in there so that we can have the quests starting, so that we can just get all of the NPCs together, and then we can actually decide how we want the base to look later on. There we have our Alchemist. Very nice. We've already got you comfortable in here, which is good. Let's make sure we've got your quest all progressing. And that should identify more NPCs on the map. These next ones are a little bit further out, so we do need to be aware of that. So yeah, there's the carpenter. There should be one more. Where are you? Yeah, the farmer. And once we've got those two, that is actually all 5. I'm probably only going to do a couple of episodes after that, because at that point we're into gameplay loop stuff, and we could just go off and explore, do whatever it is that we want. We're getting close to where I wanted to cover with the series, which is rather nice. So that finishes this episode in particular. In the next one, the next video in the playlist is going to be the metal farm. You guys already know it, so you can skip that one if you wish to, and then we'll be on to picking up the farmer. I'll catch you guys again very soon.